5783, Vaychi Yaakov, Be'eretz Mitzrayim. The limud should be lerefuat kol hacholim ubetocham Tanya bato demagal Yosef Yair ben Avi Lachava, Arav Sivan ben Sima betoch kol shar cholei Yisrael. Be'ezrat Hashem, we want to share a Torah from Rabbeinu, the Hasidic master, Reb Aviyav, and he teaches a very deep idea taught by the Sfat Emet about Yisachar and Zvulun. We know that in this Barsha, we're zoche to hear the different brachot for every tribe. And Yisachar is Yodei Bina La'itim, that they were the people that gave the Bina, they were the teachers of the Jewish people. They were the Beit Midrash, Chevra. And Zvulun, L'chof Yamim Yishkon. He was living on the ocean. And when you live in the ocean, it means you're living in the center of business. Because that's where all the business happens, around the water. That's where they sell, that's where they get, that's where they give. Zvulun is the serious businessman. And so obviously when we see the difference between them, we learn that they were not only different, but that they were able to help each other. That Yisachar would do the learning, Zvulun would give him, the money, and take care of him. They together as brothers created a harmony of a new way of living in the world. And it's interesting what the Sfat Emet says, because till now we've seen that every time there's a difference, aka Yaakov and Esav. Yaakov was Yisachar. He was Yoshev Oalim, sitting in the Beit Midrash. And Esav was Zvulun. He was Ish Yodei Tzayit. He was a businessman. And they looked at the difference and they fought each other like no other fights in the world. Comes Zvulun and Yisachar and teach that the different brothers can actually really take care of each other. There's a similar Zvulun and Yisachar in Efrat with Yosef and Shimon, that really, Yosef, Zichrono Livracha, was very much involved in the world. Shimon was very involved in the learning, and they were best friends. And they really assisted each other. One told the other, go learn. The other told the other, thank you so much, for working. And there was such a harmony between them. And so we see this harmony with Zvulun and Yisachar, but it says this Sfat Emet something amazing. What does the word Yisachar mean? Yisachar means Sachar twice. That the Sachar twice of Yisachar is giving a new idea, not only that there needs to be harmony between the differences, but how do you create that harmony? And so the harmony teaches the Sfat Emet. What was Yisachar about? What was his learning? That he knew that he was giving purpose to himself and to Zvulun. And what he was saying is that at the end of the day, we all need to deal with obligations. We have an obligation to work in the world. We have an obligation to plant trees. We have an obligation to be in the army. But says Yisachar, what I want to do is show that my Torah has purpose. That my purpose is that it's going to the world of obligation of Zvulun, and I'm relating my purpose to Zvulun and giving Zvulun the obligation to have an awareness that your obligation has purpose to it. It has a mission to it. It has a shlichut to it. It's not random. And that is the reason why he has two sachar. That he himself is living in purpose, but also for the obligation he gives purpose. Because the greatest schar in the world is living with purpose. Books like it. And so I think that when we look at how do we make sure that there's harmony, we ask the question, not what do you need to do, but what is your purpose? And when we find the purpose, everyone could connect together. Also a businessman and a lawyer and a doctor, yes, and obligations, they have different obligations, but their purpose is all similar. To make the world good. And if they can connect to the purpose, that will give not only themselves schar, but they'll give schar to everyone around them that we can connect together. We should have the zchut to know that yes, there are many differences. And yes, we're not all the same people. But if we would only figure out the purpose behind our actions, then not only will we grow, but we'll grow dual, because we'll be able to also connect to others that are different than us.